Eric Mwathe, September 11th, 2013. Here are how the markets are trading right now, with the Dow up the most, about 90 points, the Nasdaq slightly down, the S&P 500 unchanged. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you that some of the things I'm looking at do indicate to me that this move to the upside short term looks to be a trap. And let me show you why I think it could be a trap, but the market ultimately is going to decide whether that is true or not. If we take a look at the XHB from a daily chart, lots of data points here. It's been trading in that range right there, which happens to be the top lines of this channel. Okay, now this channel has been confirmed as legit because you have 3 points. So this is an area where you'd expect natural support. If you take a look at the double line here, we seem to have broken below that, come back, briefly touched it there, and since then backed off. Hope you can see that. So another level of resistance. But the thing that really tells me there could be resistance here is the RSI. This level here, right there, the black line that I've drawn, is an area where, see, that arrow denotes the high. So sentiment broke down there. Sentiment has been tested previously here on that level and failed, with a subsequent move lower. So we've come back about 2 months later, and we are now, we rallied up to that point and are seem to be stalling. So, I wouldn't expect that to push this market lower. And that's why I'm leaning to the Dow's 90-point move to be a trap. Let me show you the next chart here, which is for the Dow Transport. Alright, Dow Transport have had a nice move since it made the low there. Nice move. And if you remember, I was wondering about support coming here a couple of days or weeks ago. This line here, this line, the pink line here, had been support here, and again you see this turned into support. So let's flip it around. You'd see that if we take the highs there and the double top high there, draw a straight line, we're exactly at that level. This also happens to be a level where this line here, the turquoise line, has been sell point, was a sell point here in August, which happens to be the high. So that, let me take that off. I know it's a lots of lines, but so that line there, which happens to be the source of that line, is this break point here. And that break point is that high. So it's a major area in the market. So if you draw a line, which is the black line, let me draw it again. This line now from that break point becomes an area, if tested and if it fails, then that becomes a sell point. And I believe that's what's going on right now. It might take hours, it might take days, but that's what I think is going to happen. I think the next big move in terms of percentage move on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis seems to be down. Let me share with you one more chart, 2 more actually, or 3 more to go. But this is the Semiconductor Index. I would say very close to daily closing highs there on the daily chart. Never really quite made it, but just a hair below the highs there. But really what's stalling it is very obvious to me, is this level here, right there. That level has a lot of information. This is the high, previous high, which it's trying to take out, and yet you see we've stalled it precisely at that level on the RSI. So I'm expecting some resistance around that level. Whether we take that high later down the road, that's a possibility, but for now, that's what I'm looking at here. Now, the thing that really confuses me is, from my understanding of the RSI, and this is the Nasdaq 100, man, take a look at that RSI on the monthly. That is a powerful momentum, very powerful, moving to new highs here on a month-to-month basis. So the thing that's confusing me, just from my understanding of the RSI and on the monthly, oh my gosh, this is such a powerful looking monthly chart. So I don't know what to make of that. I'm gonna leave you here with one more chart that in relation to that Nasdaq 100, and this is the Nasdaq daily chart. So the monthlies look very strong, but you have to come sometime to the smaller time frames to look into the makeup of that move. And the makeup to me of the Nasdaq rally is questionable. I'll tell you why. We made higher highs here, okay, and let's go back a few steps. Let's go back to a couple of weeks ago when the Dow was below its 50-day moving average. The Nasdaq held above its, let me see this, 50-day moving average. It held its 50-day moving average very well while the Dow broke down. So yes, the Nasdaq was strong, so the Nasdaq held, didn't go down as much here, and was the first one to make new highs. Good. The problem is sometimes markets are notorious for pulling investors into stocks and just confusing everybody. So we made a new high there. That's very good. That's very powerful. Problem is that the technicals are not showing that kind of excitement. New highs, but yet lower technicals there. Not only that, is just like the previous daily charts I shared with you, this breakpoint here, that RSI level, happens to correspond with the previous high in the market there. So that level, the black level here, is important to this market. Markets have memory, so the sentiment has come back there and stalled. So I believe somewhere around here over the next couple of hours, the next couple of days, we're going to confirm that this was some type of a high short term, maybe long term, who knows. But the next move in terms of points and percentage move, to me, seems to the downside. My thinking right now is we just wait, sit on our hands until we see different information. Otherwise, I don't think it's a good idea to be buying long here. Eric Moore, good luck, peace, and blessings.